If you work at a desk or a computer all day, you'll probably find your posture is going to suffer. So here's a quick sequence you can do to keep all your muscles in balance and leave you standing upright at the end of the day. You're going to start down on your back with some angel wings. Place your shoulders down. You can bend your knees and put your feet flat, and then take the elbows to shoulder height and open up your palms so they face the ceiling. And on your exhale breath, I want you to close your rib cage down, stretch your arms up overhead, and keep your shoulder blades down away from your ears. You're going to work this one up and down slowly through the best range that you have. And if you've been sitting all day, you'll find you're pretty hunched over and pretty stiff in the upper back and your shoulders. So this is a nice mobility exercise to free up the upper spine and your shoulders and start to activate the muscles between the shoulder blades and below the shoulder blades that will help you sit upright. With an inhale breath to bring your elbows down, an exhale breath to extend them up, keeping the rib cage pressed down towards your hips and your shoulders away from your ears. That way you'll use the correct muscles. You can do as many of these as you need to. We're going to do one more here. And release the arms back down towards your waist. Now cross one ankle over your thigh and reach through, hold the underneath leg if you need to, drawing the knee back towards your chest. If you're really tight, press the knee away from you and keep the underneath foot on the floor. This will release your hips, your glutes, your lower back. Holding it in for a few breaths, just breathing gently, naturally, in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in and out through your nose if you like. And then place your underneath foot on the floor, take hold of the top ankle and slide it across with the knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Keep the opposite shoulder back on the mat. Breathe into the front of your rib cage. And again, if you'd like to hold longer in the stretches, of course you can do that. And come back to the middle and repeat the other side. Ankle over thigh, reach through, draw your underneath knee in towards your chest. Breathe gently to help the body release tension from the lower back and the hip area. If you find you're a little bit tighter on one side than the other, you can hold longer on the tight side. The idea of this program is to balance all the muscles up again. So release tension from the tight muscles and activate the weaker muscles. Take your bottom foot down and then the top foot across. Hold on to your foot. Place it on the floor and keep the knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are flat. Breathe naturally. Take one more breath here. And release the legs back to the center. Place your feet hip width for some rolling shoulder bridge. So as you inhale, you think about the movement that you're about to do. It's a preparation. On your exhale, press the lower back and the back of your hips, your pelvis flat into the mat. And you can roll through the spine to come up onto your shoulders. Keep pressing the shoulders back. Your neck and your face are relaxed. Take another breath in at the top. This is your preparation again. And roll back down through your spine, making sure your lower back rolls into the mat before your hips touch down. And breathe in. Just think about the pelvic tilt first and then the roll. So exhale, press your pelvis into the mat, press the lower back into the mat, roll up through your spine, all the way onto the back of the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades flat into the mat. Breathe in and roll back down on your exhale. And we'll repeat one more time. Inhale breath to prepare, exhale breath, press the pelvis and the lower back into the mat, then roll up through your spine onto the back of your shoulders. Breathe in at the top and roll all the way back down. Now moving on to some abdominal activation. Extend your legs in front. So you have a couple of options here. If you're not very strong in your core, you can release your arms overhead and just take an exhale breath and curl up as far as you can, and then lower back down again. If you can come all the way up, you breathe in to lift the hands up and breathe out. Roll up through your spine, making sure your heels stay on the mat, and then you can reach forward for a stretch at the top. And then repeat that again. Breathe in, and then roll down through your spine. Extend your arms overhead. Inhale, breath. Lift the arms. Exhale, breath. Roll slowly through your spine. Come to the top. Sit tall with a flat back and reach forward to stretch. We'll do 3 more here. So if you're doing your curls on the floor, you can keep going with that too. And exhale, roll. If you use your exhale breath, it'll help engage your core and help you roll up and slowly roll back down. One more time. Reach, and then back down again. And make your way back to sitting. You can roll up or you can press yourself up and just hold the stretch at the top with the legs out. Bend your knees if you're tight through the lower back and the hamstrings. Take any pressure off the lower back. You can also drop your chest and your chin and slump down for some extra spinal stretch. And release, back up, and then come over onto your belly. Walking backwards so you can lie flat. We're going to move into some cobra here. Press the tops of your feet down. Take your hands beside your rib cage. Draw your shoulders back and down away from your ears. And then squeeze your legs and squeeze your glutes and use your back muscles to lift your chest and shoulders. Breathe in to go up, breathe out to lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do a few of these to activate all the muscles on the back of the body. When you're sitting down a lot and slumping forward, these are the ones that get weak. So we're activating them again. And then 2 more. Just moving through a range that's comfortable for you. 1 more. And then press up and back onto all fours. We'll take a stretch through the upper body with a puppy pose. Place your elbows down on the mat in front of you, palms together. Sink your hips back and drop your chest at the same time. Rest your forehead down if you can, and move the thumbs to the back of your shoulders. Keeping your elbows as close together as you can. And 1 more breath. And release slowly back up onto all fours. And tuck your toes under, taking a toe squat. Pressing your weight back, your hips back towards your heels. And if this is really uncomfortable for you, then simply keep the weight more forward. I'm going to turn your palms up and place the fingertips next to your knees. Press your palms flat down. Soften your elbows and hold here for 5 breaths. You're stretching out the bottoms of your feet. You're stretching through your palms, opening your wrists, releasing tension from the forearms. So if you don't stretch these areas regularly, your hands and your feet, this may be a little out of your comfort zone, but with a regular practice, you'll start to open up and release the tension soon. So we'll take one more breath here. And release. Cross your legs. Come around to sitting again. And a final neck stretch, sitting on one hand. Anchor the hand down. Draw your weight away from your arm so you feel the release, the stretch down the side of the neck or the shoulder or the arm. And again, you can hold any of the stretches for as long as you like, as long as you feel you need to release the tension. And then the other side, sitting on your hand, anchor it down, draw your body away from the anchored arm. This till you can feel the tension. Breathe gently and slowly. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then back to the center. And that's it. You're all done.